welcome back to the Style Lounge and to your weekly masterclass video. Today I thought I would do a bit of a styling video. It's something that you've been asking for in the feedback survey, so here I am delivering it. I thought I would start by offering you some tips and guidance on styling midi skirts, pleated mini skirts specifically. They are a trend that has been around for quite some time now, and they are not going anywhere. I was quite late to the party with the midi skirt, because it can sometimes be quite difficult to find one that fits and flatters our shape properly. So what I thought I would do is start by giving you a few pieces of guidance on who can wear them and how to wear them and what to look for. And then just a few ideas for how you can style them to make them really versatile and to get as much wear out of them as possible. They're certainly not an item that need to be kept just for special occasions. I wear mine for work, I wear them during the day, and I wear them in the evening when I'm going out as well. So who do pleated midi skirts work for? We see all of the gorgeous pictures on Pinterest and Instagram of people wearing them, but who can actually rock them and carry them off? Well, truth be told, I think by and large, most of us can. It's just looking for certain things that maybe you haven't thought of that will make all of the difference when you're trying to find one that will work for you. If you have a curvy body shape with a nipped-in waist, so that would be you if you're triangle or an hourglass, a neat or a full hourglass, then look for a midi skirt that has an elasticated waistband. I know it sounds a little bit granny-ish, however, because you go in and then out, you need something that's going to fit in at your smallest part and then skim over your hips and bottom. For the straighter body shape, so those with little waist definition, you don't want a definitive waistband, so again a stretchy one may work, or just having something that has a side zip and then just fastens. With a straighter body shape, they'll also work really well. The next thing to think about is the size of your pleats. So if you are very curvy, a wide box pleat won't sit particularly well on your curves. I'm doing this because I've got curvy hips. So wider pleats don't work so well on a fuller hip and bottom area, but they work beautifully on straighter body shapes, and they're great if you have an inverted triangle body shape for adding a little bit of width to balance out your proportions between the top and the bottom half. If you've got a straighter body shape, then you could pretty much choose any of the width of pleats, but the wider ones will work really well for you. If you also think about your fabrics, the straighter body shapes will generally work better with a slightly heavier fabric, because that will hang nicely and leave a more uncluttered, clean look. A curvy body shape needs to look for a smaller pleat, so I have this one, this is mine, which you may well have seen me wearing in some of my Instagram posts. This has got a lovely stretchy waistband, and as you can see, the pleats are quite small, so that they skim and hang really beautifully over my hip and bottom area without sticking out at funny angles. The next thing to think about with your midi skirt is the length. Now, a little bit like the top half where we're drawing attention with our clothing lines to the areas that we want people to look at, we need to think about where the midi skirt cuts us on the leg. The general rule is to avoid the mid-calf, I'd say, because it's the least flattering part of most women's legs because it tends to be a little bit wider. Just above the ankle works really well, or just below the knee, or again, this one that I've got has like a sheer overlay, so it's got an underskirt which comes up a little bit shorter, and then the sheer skirt cuts more at my mid-calf, which is fine because actually the eyeliner is drawn up slightly higher than that. So just look at where it cuts, and remember, if you are petite, you can always have them shortened. It's only a matter of maybe £5 to £10 to get something altered by a local seamstress. So don't worry too much. If you're petite and you're struggling to find something that's the right length, go with something that's maybe a bit too long and have it taken up. So in terms of styling your midi skirt, what do you want to wear it with? How do you want to wear it? As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wear mine pretty much for all occasions. So I, in the past, have partnered my midi skirt with this little slogan tee, which says, "Wake me for champagne." I've put it with that and my shoe boots, and then obviously I've accessorised with some earrings that tie in the green and burgundy shades too. I've also worn same boots, same skirt with a more simple jumper. That was for a conference that I went to, so it was daytime, but it was a bit more dressed up. So if you had like a daytime lunch coming up to Christmas, something that you want to be a bit more dressed up for but not super dressy, then a lightweight knit will work really well. I generally tuck these in to give me some waist definition. For most body shapes that will work quite well. Rectangles and oval body shapes need to be a little bit more mindful about tucking things in. So you might want to go for a midi skirt and then a slightly shorter, boxier top so that you have a little bit of a line but not too much waist definition with your midi skirts. During the day, I will do one of two things in terms of footwear with my midi skirts. If it's rainy, wet and cold, I will go with my biker boots and some thick black tights for warmth and practicality. If it's a bit milder, maybe in the spring and the summer, I get out my trainers. We all know I love a bit of leopard print. These are my go-to in slightly warmer months, not at this time of year. However, if I was maybe not going outside and staying indoors a little bit more, I might still do the trainers, either bare legs or with a neutral tight if you like that kind of thing. I'm not a huge fan of the natural tights. So they would be my two footwear choices. Again, I would do one of these two and maybe accessorise a little bit less for the daytime. So super versatile, the change of footwear just immediately makes them less dressy. The other thing, now this is a brand, I'm wearing this jumper from the same brand, it's called Uzma Bowsai. They came across me on Instagram, which was very flattering, and asked me to collaborate with them. And I've just shot a YouTube video for them today, so that will be up on my YouTube channel soon. But I would also, and I did within the video, pair this jumper with my midi skirt. So I did the pink and the green together. This colour will look beautiful if you fall into the light, soft. I wore it, I'm a clear, because it's got a bit of contrast, it kind of works for a lot of different colour categories. I'd say probably warms are the only ones that need to be a bit careful with this particular shade. So I did this with this, which picks out some of the green. Hopefully you can see some of that if I just give it a little move around. And I actually did some white Nike trainers, quite chunky trainers, which you'll see. But equally, I could do this as a daytime look with my biker boots as well. And then when it comes to outerwear with your midi skirts, there are one of two ways to go. You either need to go long and dramatic, so match the length or longer of your midi skirt. I'm not a big fan of seeing longer skirts cut with mid-length jackets personally. So I'd either go very long to match the length of your midi skirt, or I would do something that sits on the waistband. A leather jacket looks so good with a midi skirt. If you don't have one, then now is the time to put it on your Christmas list and rock it with that midi skirt in the new year. So I hope this week's masterclass has given you a few ideas for how you could wear a midi skirt and what type of midi skirt to go for. If you have any questions, as always, you know where I am, and I will be in the Facebook group very live doing a Q&A as well. So I'll see you all very soon.